Of course, pressure on NATO to do more is growing, especially on U.S. President Joe Biden. A group of U.S. senators has traveled to Poland demanding Biden green light the transfer of Polish fighter jets to Ukraine. But as Jennifer Johnson reports, there are still no plans to take that step due to fears of escalating the conflict.
As Russia's military forges ahead trying to destroy Ukraine city by city, calls are growing louder for the U.S. and NATO to do anything to make it stop before it's too late. That includes getting Poland's MiG fighter jets into Ukraine, a deal President Joe Biden will only support if the U.S. isn't involved.
President Putin and his generals are testing the resolve of the NATO alliance. So we need to see all of our member nations come together, show strength.
A group of U.S. senators is in Poland meeting with military leaders, trying to find solutions to stop Russian President Vladimir Putin. Other world leaders are echoing their concerns, warning if Putin succeeds, this war won't be his last.
The end of freedom in Ukraine will mean the extinction of any hope of freedom in Georgia and then Moldova. It will mean the beginning of a new age of intimidation across the whole of Eastern Europe.
President Biden heads to Brussels this week for a NATO summit on new defense and economic strategies to pressure Putin. The U.S. has sent $2 billion in military assistance to Ukraine since Biden took office, $1 billion alone last week after President Volodymyr Zelensky made an impassioned plea to Congress. A top-ranking Democrat hints more firepower is coming.
There are other ways for us to provide surface-to-air missiles and air defenses that will keep the Russians at bay and would not jeopardize expanding this into World War III or even worse.
Top U.S. military leaders see Russia targeting more civilians and claiming it has used hypersonic missiles at least twice in Ukraine as indications Putin's military is struggling.
The reason that he's resorting to using these types of weapons is because he's trying to reestablish some momentum. Is he running low on precision-guided munitions? Does he have complete confidence in his ability to the ability of his troops?
But Putin's ability to control the airspace over Ukraine remains a top concern, even as NATO and many world leaders reject repeated pleas for a no-fly zone over the country. Jennifer Johnson, Global News, Washington.